Good afternoon, friends. I was supposed to have left for the US 2 days ago, but I just can't. And I just can't. I canceled my ticket. Oh gosh, this is difficult. This is really, really hard. The longer I stay in the village, the harder it gets for me to exit. Many of you already know that I'm not done with the transition process. I still go back and forth. And so, for some reasons beyond my control, I still need to go back, at least for maybe a couple of weeks here and there. But man, I am having such a hard time heading back to Nairobi to get to California. It's really difficult. And I'll explain to you why. There are many, many reasons, and I've talked about those in this channel. But before I share with you why this afternoon is particularly difficult for me when I'm thinking about going back to the US, I want to show you how wonderful my afternoon is. It's around 4 p.m. And just look at the background. The sun is right here. Just look at that lawn over there. The greenery. All I can hear are the birds. My heart is really, really happy. And so when I think of heading back to Nairobi to hop onto JKA to head to Los Angeles, I just can't. I'm supposed to be there, I know that. But I don't want to do it. I really don't want to do it. So I'm just letting you know, for those of you who are thinking of coming back to the village, I know some people worry about the fear of not finding home comfortable. But for me, the experience has been the longer I stay in the village, the harder it is for me to go back. The village has been really, really kind. Let me show you why. I was just walking around after coming back from work. In fact, this is one of those days that I'm back home early, and I love it if I can come back home before nighttime. So I'm done with my construction projects for the day, did a couple of checks, had some meetings. So we're done and it's 4 p.m. I'm home. I love it. So let me show you what I just found. I've not been paying attention, at least this week I've been really busy. Just found. Look at this. I really had no idea that these passion fruits are blooming very nicely, and I see flowers all over, and that means I think there's still more. Oh wow, there is still here. Look at this. Just look at this. Just look at this dude right here. And that means in just about maybe 3 weeks, 4 weeks or so, we'll be enjoying passion fruits. But there's a ton of fruits in my property. We've got passion fruits, we have lockwards, we got mapera, we got mangoes. I mean, we have a ton, and there's always something in season to eat. So yes, I'm really having a hard time. And so 2 days ago, I decided to cancel my ticket. And so I'm still thinking about it. When we get there, we'll get there. But I know for sure I don't want to go back to the US now. And the longer I can postpone that trip, the better it is for me. So anyway, folks, if you're running into my channel for the first time, this is Wonodede. I'm spending quality time in the village, in Kisumu, Karateng, in Western Kenya. I know many of you never heard of Karateng until they ran into my channel. Karateng is where my most recent ancestors are buried. And my hope is that I'm going to spend the rest of my life here. It's nothing really fancy, nothing huge or so, but whatever we have in the village works really well for me. Works really well. And again, the goal is to make it possible for us to spend as much time here as possible. So if you were to ask me, I've shared some of the reasons why I don't want to go back to the US, but here are some reminders that I had. My grandmother is fairly old. Of course, at that point, she's ailing. And many returnees who have elderly folks, whether it's our parents or grandparents, really go through a tough time. It's very hard to manage sickness from distance, because oftentimes, even when you send money, there's some things that require you to be there in person. I've had to take her to the ER at least twice, and you can imagine it's at night, like 10 p.m., it's raining, and of course my folks can drive at night because they can't see too well. And when I'm home, it's very easy. I hop into the car, pick her up, take her to the ER, and make sure she gets the care she needs. And so elder care issues are some of the things we have to deal with as people who live abroad, because people my age or older tend to have either older parents or grandparents who need care here and there. And so those things are a lot easier to manage when you're there in person. Because sometimes you send money and it doesn't always work the way you want. However, money or not, some of these things you will come to discover that there's only so many problems that money can solve. Sometimes you have to be there in person. So elder care issues is something I'm struggling with. Besides that, I know very well that I don't have a lot of time with my older folks, whether they're friends, family members. And so the more time I spend with them, the more I enjoy that, and I value every single day. So even though my grandma is not in the best of health, like I just came back about an hour ago. On my way, she called me. She's like, "Hey, I need you to stop by. Her home is just on my way to Karateng." I get there and she's already made some. Nobody makes chapati like my grandmother. No one. Nobody makes them. And she knows I love those. And she made me groundnuts. And I just got there, talked with her for nearly an hour, grabbed food. And it's just things like that I value. Because I know very well she does not have eternity around. Like all of us. Nobody's going to be around forever. And for when we still have her, I'd like to maximize my time with her. It's that easy. The third reason why I am really having a hard time, the reason why I canceled my flight, is that when I'm in the village over here, I don't have to think about what Captain Orange is doing. Captain Chaos, Captain Orange, whatever his name, I don't have to think about what he's doing, and I don't want to know what he's doing. I just live my life, take care of business, and I am not mentally stressed about things that are beyond my control. Because there's so many things that happen in diaspora that we cannot control. And I'm one of those people who will always say, there's only so much stuff that I can handle. The things that I can't handle, I just move forward with it, because with the American politics, what can I do? And if anything, there's no election now, there's nothing going on, what can I do? I know there are other people who can do other things, but in my capacity, there's only so much I can handle. So the village is almost like my escape spot, where I can just sit here, wake up, do what I gotta do, and then I don't have to think about American problems. The challenge, though, is that I still have my American job, and so at night I work. During the day, I'm building. Oh, by the way, if you need help with building and contractors and things like that, my number is posted below. We're happy to help you connect with people who know construction more than I do. So yes, during the day, I'm running around looking for land, building, and helping diasporans prepare to return. At night, I'm with my students. And that's been one of the toughest things about working remotely, is that the time difference is huge. I wish we were on the East Coast time, because then I would have to just wake up early in the morning. But West Coast, because sometimes I have 4 p.m. Classes in Long Beach, which often means I have to log in at 2 a.m. in the morning to get to meet my students. But in between, I still have meetings. I have doctoral students that I get a push through. And so it's a little challenging, but for what I get in return, I'm happy to do that. Yeah, it's the reason why I say, again, I still have to go back and forth. So sometimes I'm in Long Beach, sometimes I'm over here. I go back and forth. But when I'm home, I still do my American job, and that's what part of what's keeping me going. And again, if you're planning to return, one of the worries we have is financially, is everything solid? I'm not there yet. And that's why I still have to hold on to my American job. So don't just hop onto a plane, forget your job, and come home with no financial plans. That would be a big mistake. And so, again, folks, I am having a really hard time hopping onto that plane and going back to Los Angeles. America has been kind, but I cannot compare it to what I'm experiencing now in the village. Now, besides that, where I'm in the village here, things just happen. The quality of soft life that I have, I wake up in the morning and somebody's already cleaned the house. The laundry is done. Oh, by the way, just coming back home and finding clean clothes that have been folded is just, it's the little things. And I don't mind doing house chores. I have no problem. In fact, when I'm back home in Long Beach, my wife and I pretty much do everything. It doesn't matter if it's cleaning kids, taking kids to school. We do all of that. But the one job I do not like is folding clothes. I can do laundry the whole house, but I don't like folding, especially those little kids' clothes. I don't like folding them. Here in the village, I wake up, the clothes are washed and folded. The shoes are cleaned almost every day and put out there to dry. I wake up and somebody's already cooked food. I am living. I'm just living. So the difference for me is that I understand, having lived abroad for over 20 years, I understand the difference between existing and living. And we all have different descriptions of what that is. But for now, I know for sure that I am living. What's your experience been like? Well, thank you for listening. I'll see you in the next. Bye.